In the last episode, I took you through the design layout of our sheep pen, and I promised you that I would do a cost breakdown of each and everything that we used in building this sheep pen. The reason for this is so that you may have at least an idea as to how much it would cost you for those people who might want to build a similar pen, how much it would cost you to build such a structure. Now, kindly note that the figures that I'll give in this episode do not reflect the exact figures that you may incur because of where we are located. So you may find that maybe some things might be cheaper in your area of location and some might be more expensive depending on the availability of some of these things. But before we start that, this is Africa Farming. My name is Samuel, and it's glad that we are back in this new episode. If you're new here, kindly remember to subscribe, smash the notification bell so that YouTube can always notify you whenever we have a new video. To our subscribers, asanteni sana for always coming back and watching our videos. We really appreciate. So how much did it cost us to build this sheep pen? I will break down the costs in the following manner. Number one, we had highly treated poles. We also had to purchase off-cut timber. We also had to purchase, we call them fito, but maybe for those people who don't know Swahili, fito just means young ken-like structures, as you can see on your screen. We'll also break it down in terms of the roofing nails that we use, the iron sheets that we bought, the different types of nails. We have 3-inch, 4-inch, 5-inch. I will also tell you the cost of cement that we incurred, you know, the transport costs and the labor costs that were involved. That is how I'll break it down. So when it comes to off-cut timber, some people call it magogo, those people who live in Kenya. But if you don't live in Kenya, it's called off-cut timber. You can see on your screen. We needed 295 pieces of the off-cut timber. Each off-cut timber measures 14 feet. So one off-cut timber basically is 280 Kenyan shillings, or if you convert it in dollars, it's around $2.50. So we needed 295 pieces of those off-cut timber. So the total that we spent on the off-cut timber, of course, is 295 multiplied by 280 Kenya shillings, and it came to around 82,600 shillings, or for example, if you're using the dollar system, it was $82.60. That is the rough estimate. Of course, the dollar price keeps shifting, so that is not cast on stone. The second thing will go to the highly treated poles. We needed 60 of the highly treated poles just to, you know, create the boundary from the sheep. As you saw in the last episode, as I was showing you, you saw the highly treated poles. So we needed 60 of them. Each pole costs around 380. So if you multiply 380 by 6, it comes to around 22,800 shillings. So that is what we spent on the highly treated poles, which in dollar system is around $226. I think $226 or just around $220. The next thing that we had to purchase were these fito, as I told you, the young ken-like timber, as I showed you on the screen. So one of those, it's this fito. Let me just use the word fito. This fito measures 17 feet, each of them. So we needed around 80 pieces of the fito. And as I've told you, each measures 17 feet, and each fito we were being charged around 200 shillings or $2. So if you calculate in terms of the cost, so 80 times 200, it comes to around 16,000. So we spent 16,000 shillings on the fito, or $160 for those using the dollar system. The next thing is we needed also iron sheets. You remember the roofing, which was not complete in the last episode. We required iron sheets. So as for the iron sheets, we needed 108 pieces of the 32 gauge 2.5 inch iron sheets. And one piece goes for around 690 or $6.90. So if you calculate 690 shillings multiplied by 108, it came to around 74,520, and that is the cost that we incurred when it came to purchasing iron sheets. The next thing, of course, we needed nails. Remember, we had to do the roofing, so we have also what we call roofing nails. We needed 12 kgs of roofing nails. 1 kg of roofing nails was around 250 shillings or $2.50. So if you multiply 250 shillings times 12 kilograms that we needed for the roofing nails, so that comes to 3,000 shillings. That, of course, is 250 shillings times 12 kilograms. Now, for the 3-inch nails, I needed 9 kgs, same to 5-inch nails. So I needed 9 kgs of 3-inch nails and 9 kgs of 5-inch nails. The price of 3-inch nails and 5-inch nails was around 180 shillings per kilo, which translates to around $1.80. So if you multiply 180 times 9 kgs, it will come to around 1,620 shillings. So we needed 1,620 shillings to purchase the 3-inch nails, which we needed around 9 kgs. We also needed the same 1,620 shillings to purchase 5-inch nails, of course, for the 9 kgs that was required. So for the 4-inch nails, we needed 8 kgs, and the cost is similar to 3-inch and 5-inch. So that translates to 8 kgs times 180 shillings, which comes to around 1,440 or $1.40 around there. So that was the cost for all the nails that was required. Now, when it comes to the hinges for the doors, we said we were going to use the tires that I had brought to the farm. So I didn't have to buy hinges for the homemade doors that we're going to use here. So that, for me, the cost is negligible. I don't think I should indicate there. The other cost we also incurred was a bag of cement. Remember, these highly treated poles which form the boundary of the sheep pen needed to be fixed to the ground so that at least the structure can be robust. So we picked some points where we needed to, fill in with cement, with ballast and all that, and sand. So I already had ballast and sand in the farm because of other construction works that had previously been done. So I didn't have to buy ballast and sand. I only bought cement. So cement, I bought 1 bag, and 1 bag of cement cost me around 620 shillings, or you can just say $6. Another cost was, of course, the labor costs. Now, because I'm using my guy at the farm, of course, would charge me slightly cheaper as compared to getting somebody from outside. So in terms of the labor costs at the farm, I was charged around $40, or let's say 4,000 shillings for this structure, which is a good deal. When you have somebody at the farm, make sure you have somebody at the farm who is very handy and crafty, because they will actually give you a great deal. That is just aside from what you give them at the end of the month. So the labor costs was around 4,000 Kenya shillings, or $40. Now, some people may ask about transport costs of all these materials from where I was buying from. Now, one thing I'll tell you is I incurred 0 shillings when it comes to transport. Reason is, the person who sold me the off-cut timber and the feto was able to give me free transport because of buying from them. So they have a threshold, they have a minimum threshold. If you buy timber or their products worth 10,000 and above, they will transport your products to the farm regardless of even the distance. That was a great deal. So for me, I didn't pay anything, and in fact I talked to them so that where I had bought my iron sheets, the lorry had to go and pick the iron sheets from there, the nails part and all that. So I didn't incur any cost of transportation when it came to the materials that I brought to the farm. Now, in summary, let me just do it in summary as you can see on your screen. So off-cut timber, we spent 82,600 in total, or $826. Iron sheets, we spent 74,520, or $746. Nails, we spent in totality, that is roofing nails, 3-inch, 4-inch and 5-inch nails, we spent a total of 7,680 Kenya shillings, or $76. Cement, we spent 620 Kenya shillings, or $6. Feto, or the cane-like timber that I talked about, we spent in total 16,000 shillings, or $160. The highly treated poles, we spent 22,800 shillings, or $228 US dollars. The labor, as I told you, was 4,000 or $40, depending on where you are. Transport, of course, was zero. So in total, we spent 208,220 shillings, or those who are using the US dollars, you can just approximate it to $2,000. And that's it for today. See you in the next video, and always remember, changamka na ukulima. Bye bye.